All right. So this feeling never goes away. Over the past week, I've had to prepare for a small presentation in Italian. And, I sent my presentation to someone to review. Okay. Well, he wanted to review my presentation. And I practice every day. Okay. And usually if I have a presentation, I practice and then I correct and I make mistakes, and then I practice again, correct and make mistakes. And even though my level in Italian is an advanced level, a C1, I still have the feeling of I don't know everything, right? I still have that feeling of, oh man, there's another new word, or it's a new phrase, or slang, or expression. Now, I am more confident, which is really important. I'm more confident in using Italian than a year ago, or 2 years ago, or 3 years ago. But the feeling of not knowing everything never goes away. And for me, when you learn a language, if you reach B2, which is upper intermediate, after B2, it's a lot of refinement and correction. For me, 80% of the language is from A0 to B2. If you can reach B2, you've learned 80% of the grammar, vocabulary, phrases, probably some phrases. But the last 20% takes a long time. That perfection period. So I like to use the 80-20 rule. All right. So the first 80%, you can reach B2 in a year. Okay. In 2 years. Right. If you have I would say 1 to 2 years, if you have the right method, the right strategies, and if you're practicing every day. But the last 20% takes a long time. And I'll give you an example. It takes about 500 hours from A0 to B2. It takes 500 hours, okay? 500 to 600 hours to get to B2, right? 80%. To reach C2, the last part of learning a language, or the last 20% takes another 500 to 800 hours. So that last 20% takes up even more time of speaking in a correct way, the correct accent. Maybe your accent will be the same, but grammatically, using the right words, the right phrases. That last 20% takes either half or even more than half of what you did to reach B2. So don't get discouraged. If your level is B2 C1, even in my native language, in English, I don't know every word. Right? If I hear the news, or if I hear a journalist speaking and they're using a big word or a new word, sometimes I have to research what that word is. Okay? It's natural. Most of us don't know all of the vocabulary words in our language, in our native language. Right? But we put so much pressure on ourselves when we're learning another language to be perfect. And perfection is not the goal at all. The goal is to be more confident, to have more progress, to have more vocabulary. Not necessarily perfection, but to be better, to improve, right? So I think it was 2 years ago, someone said, "Oh, Paul, but you made a mistake in Italian." So? Okay, what's the point? I don't care if you see my mistakes. I want you to see my mistakes. Because most people are scared to show their mistakes. Most people are afraid of what other people are going to say. I don't care. I'm going to make mistakes. I want you to see my mistakes so that you can see the process. All right? That's all I have for today. That feeling of not knowing never goes away. But it's also a good thing, okay? Because it makes you realize you don't know everything. And it humbles you, okay? So just stay humble. Just keep pushing, keep fighting, and I'll see you tomorrow.